Good morning, Bucknutters. Welcome to the Morning Five on Wednesday, August 13th, 2014. I am Dave Biddle. I'm joined by Duane Long. Duane, first of all, I want to get your thoughts on the Braxton Miller situation. The coaches are bringing him along slowly from off-season shoulder surgery. They're adamant that he will be ready for the opener against Navy, which is just 17 days away. And I talked to Tom Herman earlier this week, and he was pretty honest. Now, I think most of the coaches and players have sugarcoated Braxton's injury and saying, oh, it's no big deal. Herman admitted, hey, it's been challenging. We're behind the curve here a little bit. He's still confident Braxton's going to be ready for Navy, but he admits it's challenging. What are your thoughts, Duane? As you read between the lines here, how concerned are you about the situation? Are you not concerned? Just give us your thoughts on Braxton Miller.
Well, it really comes down to me. Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. We keep hearing this. Tell me he's getting better, not the same old he will be ready for Navy. I don't want to hear that anymore. I want to hear that he's getting better. It doesn't look like he was diligent in his off-season conditioning. Something went wrong. Something's not right, and they just don't want to admit it. And finally, Tom Herman comes out and says, "Yeah, we're not where we want to be, but we're going to be somewhere where we want to be against Navy." And I'm saying, okay. I'll believe that when I see it. I'm from Missouri on this. The worrisome part for me is we don't have Kenny Guyton. If we had Guyton, we wouldn't be nearly so worried about this. We don't have that situation again. We got somebody who has not played a lot of football, backing him up. Two guys who have not played a lot of football. So it's a concern. I think that I will not be relieved until I see him on the field against Navy.
And I wonder against Navy, I bet we'll see him play but not throw the ball that much. I bet they'll just try and bludgeon Navy in the running game, and maybe it'll be week 2 before we see Brax really throw the ball up. But I concur with you. I think it is a concern. I mean, it's not like we're not in spring ball right now. This is fall camp and close to the opener, and he's still not throwing full speed. So hopefully he'll get up to speed, if not by Navy, by that Virginia Tech game. And then moving on, I want to get your thoughts on Terrell Pryor's legacy, Duane. He came out, and there was a story on ESPN yesterday that we did a bolt on Bucknuts where Terrell Pryor says, quote, "I was wrong in terms of taking improper benefits at Ohio State." And I think with Terrell Pryor, it seems to be my take on it is even the people that hated him when he first left are starting to sing a different tune. We've seen it before with guys like Chris Carter back in the day when he accepted money from an agent and had to go to the supplemental draft. Everybody hated Chris Carter. Well, fast forward 10 years, everybody in Buckeye Nation loved Chris Carter. And I don't think Terrell Pryor is going to become an NFL superstar like Chris Carter was, but still, it seems like, Duane, that his legacy is being cemented a little bit in Columbus, where people are remembering what he did on the field. Maybe not more than what he did off the field, but it seems like people are starting to forgive him, for lack of a better word. What's your take on Terrell Pryor? What do you think his legacy is, and what do you think it should be?
Well, it's always been my argument that he's the best quarterback I've seen at Ohio State. You have to look at what this guy accomplished. He never lost to Michigan. He probably would have been a Heisman candidate his senior year if he had been around. He won a Rose Bowl. He won a Sugar Bowl. This kid has done everything on the football field that there was to do. He led when he was not really healthy. He stepped out on the field and performed. Terrell Pryor on the football field was a great football player. And there's still the thing about the off the field. I hated that he sold gold pants. I just did not. I can't. That's such a rare award. I could not imagine selling that. That is the only thing that still bothers me. The fact is that we still go back to, Dave, it was his stuff. Why can't he sell his own stuff and get a tattoo? If he sold his television, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But he sold stuff that he was awarded, so they're going to penalize him for it. And people are just irritated about that. We've always been so irritated about that this was his stuff. Why can't he sell his stuff? That's always been an underlying thing, I think. And then we look back at what he's accomplished as a Buckeye, how the heights he carried us back to. We haven't seen this since Cornelius Green, at least since Art Sleester. that a quarterback that really took us this far. Troy Smith, yeah, he took us. We went to a national championship game with him, and we won the championship with Craig Krenzel at quarterback. But still, when you go back to back, you win a Rose Bowl and a Sugar Bowl. And how many times you beat Michigan? He's the most accomplished quarterback we've had. It's just that simple. And the guy was great to watch. If you didn't enjoy watching Terrell Pryor play football, then you don't really enjoy football. And I think Ohio State wants to embrace him. Look what's going on with Maurice Clarett. Everyone's forgiven Maurice. We're so happy to see Maurice doing well. So, it's just like with anything you love. You remember why you loved it. And I think that's what's going on with Pryor. And he's handled himself so well as a pro. He's doing well. He's not been given the best opportunities, and he's making the most of them. So I think Ohio State people, Ohio State fans, Bucknutters, we want to forgive him. We want to put it behind us and just remember the good things.
The Buckeyes picked up their 15th commitment in their 2015 class earlier this week. Defensive back Carlton Davis from Miami, Florida. 100% of the crystal ball predictions had him going to the Miami Hurricanes. But he surprised everybody and picked the Buckeyes instead. Two-part question, my man. Is he going to be a safety or a corner? And second part of the question, do you think he will remain a Buckeye?
He's a 6'3" kid that plays safety in high school. I don't know why he's been projected to play corner. It makes no sense. We haven't heard about him being in any camps where he's lined up over receivers, playing cornerback. We haven't heard anything about this kid being a cornerback. I don't know why he's listed as one. He's a great-looking safety prospect. I love the kid. Big hitter, plays the ball well. He does everything I want in a safety. He and Tyler Green are great. Seeing some size back there, Dave. We had smaller safeties back there. Think about the successful safeties that we've had recently. Dante Whitner was a 5'10" safety. That's just unheard of. Kurt Coleman was not a big safety. Having some big guys that can come up in the box, play against the run, get back and play against these big receivers, we really need that in our program. We need to upgrade our safety play dramatically anyway. I love the kid. I want him to be a Buckeye. I hope he stays a Buckeye. I'm saying at best 50-50. This is really his first excursion, let's say, out into the recruiting world. He commits early, and now all these schools are going to be chasing him, and we're a long way away. I don't have a good feeling about us holding him. I think we can, but is he going to be a Buckeye on signing day? I need to see that happen before I'm going to believe it. Too many schools are going to be after him. Too many schools that will do things that we won't. That bothers me. In Miami, he's right there. They're going to go after him hard. They thought he was going to be a Hurricane anyway. I don't know. I think it will be one of the great recruiting efforts, I would say. And it will be the second one this year because getting Justin Hilliard was huge. I didn't think that when this started we were going to get him. But this staff, if anybody can do it, it's Urban Meyer and his staff. Let's just hope we can hold on to him. I'm not.
Yeah, I hear you. And it's almost like when a couple gets engaged. If the man or the woman said, let's get engaged, but I'm still going to look around. I want the ring, but I still am going to look around. It's like, that's not really an engagement, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, Carlton Davis is a Buckeye in the end.
What I said was, it's like you're saying, I'm married, but I'm still dating. Well, wait. That's not the way it works. That's the example I use. So very similar to yours. Let's just hope we can hang on to them. That'd be great to add these two big, athletic, physical safeties to the Buckeye roster. Absolutely love to see them both in Columbus next year.
And final topic on the show, Frank Epitropoulos announced yesterday that he's giving up football. He's going to focus on his academics. He's a pre-med major, and good for him. And here's the thing, Duane, that I remember. We didn't put this out publicly at the time, but Frank, when he was being recruited by the Buckeyes, had some trepidation because he wondered if he would ever be good enough to play. And he didn't want that out there because he's a tough kid. He's a great high school football player, a legacy. His dad and his uncle played for the Buckeyes. He didn't want that out there, but one of the reasons he was looking at some of the other schools like Northwestern and some smaller schools was he really questions whether he'd be able to get on the field at Ohio State. Well, he put that aside. He committed to the Buckeyes during a tumultuous time and, redshirted a year and then didn't play much last year, though he did get on the field a little bit last year. and now he's decided to give up football. So good for him. But I have to think back to his recruitment when he said he was wondering, am I going to be good enough to even play for the Buckeyes? This does open up another scholarship. They now have at least room for 18 in this class, but I think they're going to have room for 21 or 22 before it's all said and done. So, again, a two-part question. Your thoughts on Frank Petropoulos leaving, and how many recruits do you think the Buckeyes will sign in their 2015 class?
I love the kid. I remember speaking to him during the process. Just a classy kid. He was somebody you wanted in your locker room. You know, even if he wasn't going to be a great player, you wanted him around the team, a guy who was going to give you everything he had. And he did. He didn't know. He didn't know if he belonged here or not. But he came, he gave it a try, and when he saw that he couldn't, he went on and said, "Okay, I'm done. I've got some. I'm not going to be a pro football player. I'm going to be a doctor." And now it's the Buckeyes get a scholarship back early, one that was not really getting them anything. But my hat's off to him. He'll always be remembered. Great kid. I'll always remember him. As far as numbers are concerned, I think we can't add on. I think fans are going to want to say, well, that gives us opportunity to add such and such. No, it doesn't. That means we're getting closer to that 20. I think we're going to get 20. We might get 21. We still could get to 22, but I think that's absolutely the outside. 20, 21 is where I think we're going to be when this class winds up.
Great stuff from Duane Long. Thank you to all the listeners out there. Take it away, best damn band in the land.